She wore rubber gloves and kept her eyes down, silently scrubbing the corners of the executive office's restroom as laughter echoed from the boardroom nearby. Perfume trailed behind high heels, and coffee cups were carelessly left outside for someone to pick up. She was that someone. But on that Tuesday morning, as she emerged quietly from the restroom, a small voice echoed across the glass-paneled hallway, "Mommy." Heads turned. Coffee paused mid-sip. Conversations died. And in that frozen moment, between shock and silence, a secret that she'd guarded for 6 years spilled into the open. A secret that would turn the heart of the richest man in that building to stone, only to melt it in the most unexpected way. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, share with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe our channel Kindness Talks for more real-life inspired emotional stories. Melanie Reed had long stopped caring about what people thought. For the last 6 years, she had worked the night shift at Lunacorp Tower, one of the most prestigious high-rises in the city. Once a promising literature graduate, now she was the woman in the gray uniform, pushing a cart full of cleaning supplies through glossy marble floors and polished boardrooms. Every night, she scrubbed away the stains of the day, coffee spills, muddy footprints, forgotten crumbs, lipstick stains on bathroom mirrors, and every morning, she left before anyone important walked in. Her hands were calloused, her knees ached, and her back throbbed from bending. Yet, she never complained. Because waiting at home was her 6-year-old daughter, Emily, the only reason she kept going. Emily was bright, always full of questions and wonder. Melanie shielded her from the truth. Emily believed her mother was a teacher who worked at night to help grown-ups learn to read. And Melanie wanted to keep it that way. That morning, Melanie was running late. The usual cleaning crew rotation had changed, and she was unexpectedly called to cover the executive floors, something she never did. She moved quickly, hoping no one would notice her. What she didn't expect was for Emily's school to call and say her daughter had fallen and bruised her knee during gym. Melanie panicked. The only way to get her was to bring her along for a short while, just an hour, while she finished the last restroom on the 27th floor. So she picked up Emily, gave her a snack, and asked her to quietly sit in the corner near her cart while she finished cleaning. But as Melanie stepped out of the executive restroom to grab paper towels, Emily, curious and excited, ran toward her and shouted in front of the entire marketing department and 2 board members. "Mommy!" Silence dropped like a curtain. A woman carrying a stack of reports froze mid-step. A man with a Bluetooth headset paused his call. And Mr. Maxwell Grant, the new CEO, standing nearby with a fresh espresso in hand, turned slowly toward the voice. Melanie's heart sank. The CEO narrowed his eyes. "Mommy?" Melanie quickly grabbed Emily's hand, her voice trembling. I am sorry. She wasn't supposed to be here. It was just for a moment." Maxwell frowned. "She's your daughter?" Melanie nodded, bracing herself for scolding, possibly even termination. But what happened next wasn't anger. It was something much deeper. Maxwell looked at the little girl, and then, without warning, he turned and walked away. The following morning, Melanie didn't receive a termination letter. She didn't receive anything. For days, things seemed normal again, until one night, she was asked to clean the CEO's private office. It was a quiet, dimly lit space with floor-to-ceiling windows and untouched luxury. As Melanie dusted his bookshelf, her eyes fell on a framed photo of a woman, young, with soft features, and haunting eyes. She froze. Because the eyes in the photo were familiar. They were hers. But the woman in the frame was not Melanie. It was someone who looked almost exactly like her, maybe a sister, or... The door creaked open behind her. "I thought you'd recognize her," Maxwell's voice came softly. Melanie turned around, startled. Who is she?" He stepped forward. Her name was Christine. "My wife." Melanie's breath hitched. She looked so much like me. She died in a car crash 6 years ago, he said, voice strained. She was pregnant. The baby didn't survive. Silence filled the space. Melanie didn't know what to say. But Maxwell continued, his tone suddenly more piercing. Your daughter. Emily. She's 6? Melanie's eyes widened, panic rushing in. What are you implying? Maxwell studied her closely. You're not her biological mother, are you? Tears formed in Melanie's eyes. No. I'm not. I found her at the crash site. I was first on the scene. I tried to help. Christine, she was holding Emily, barely breathing. She whispered something. I promised her I'd take care of the baby. Maxwell staggered back, breath leaving his body. Melanie continued, her voice shaking, I didn't know who she was. I only found her purse days later, but by then, I was already in love with the child. She gave me a reason to live again. Maxwell sat down, stunned. For years, he had believed his wife and unborn child had both died. But somewhere in the chaos, Christine had given birth in the car, or just before, and the child had survived, and vanished. That night, the ambulance had only found Christine's body. Everyone assumed the baby hadn't made it. Melanie's story shattered his world. And healed it, too. Tears ran down Maxwell's face as Melanie held back her own. I never wanted to take her from anyone. I just wanted her to be loved. She saved me as much as I saved her. Maxwell looked at her and said, you didn't steal her. You gave her back to life. To both of us. Weeks later, Melanie walked through the executive hallway again, but this time, not in uniform. She had been offered a new position in the company's foundation department, handling literacy outreach. Her education, once dismissed, was now her strength. Emily ran beside her, holding both Maxwell's and Melanie's hands, giggling as they swung her between them. The same people who once looked past her now smiled in greeting. The same office where she was once invisible now displayed a new plaque near the elevators. In honor of Christine and those who rise from the ashes of silence. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Behind every uniform, there's a story. And sometimes, it's one that can change lives. Kindness, sacrifice, and unconditional love can rewrite fate.